we have started states of matter. What is matter? Any substance having mass and volume is called matter. हर वो चीज जो मास रखती है, जो वॉल्यूम ऑक्युपाई करती है, उसे मैटर कहते हैं. So we can change states of matter. We can convert any solid into liquid and liquid into gas. For example, we have ice, we have water, we have steam. So these three material are made up of same material. So it means there are three states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. Now compare solid, liquid, and gas. Shape. Solid has fixed shape. Liquid adopt the shape of the container. Gases, they do not have particular shape. Arrangement of particle. Solid are closely packed together, but arrangement is regular. For liquid, they are also close together, in an irregular arrangement. अच्छा, अगर साथ आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
Yes, sir.
साथ, let's suppose you have a solid glass, right? Empty glass, right?
Okay.
It is solid, right? Add some salt in it.
It has some
Add
salt in it.
only salt. Salt is soluble in solid or not?
Salt is soluble in solid.
Yes, so is salt soluble in solid? For example, you have empty glass. Put some salt in it. Can glass dissolve solid salt?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, because there is no space. But when you add this solid NaCl into liquid water, they have some space. So solid dissolve because of the irregular arrangement of particle. समझ आ रहा है?
Yes, sir.
Gas particles, they are far away from each other. Particles far apart.
Wait, sir. Sir, for since
Yes.
solids, yeah, when solids are solutes,
Sorry.
so when they solids are solutes, so when they go into a liquid, and then like when it dissolves, basically the particles are moving away from each other.
Yes, yes. When you dissolve, when you mix, so solid particle dissolve in liquid because of the empty spaces. You can see that the empty space here. You can see empty spaces. But in solid, there is no space. So material is
Okay.
soluble in liquid because of the empty spaces. Next is movement. 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 You can see that solid particle vibrate and rotate. Vibrate means up and down. Solid particles vibrate on a fixed position. So they vibrate and rotate about fixed position. About fixed position. But liquid can move. Liquid move around slowly because you have the spaces and slide over each other. slide over each other. Now look at this layer of liquid. This is layer 1. This is layer 2. Now you can see that layers slide over each other. Now you can see that layer slide over. This is layer 2. This is layer 1. So they slide over each other. पानी के अंदर हाथ डालो तो पानी आगे पीछे होता है. गिलास में पानी डाल के शेक करे वो आगे पीछे होता है. Because layer slide over each other. Next, in gas particles move freely and rapidly everywhere. इनको कोई रोक नहीं सकता. साथ जब अम्मी बिरयानी बनाती हैं तो क्या उसकी स्मेल पूरे घर में आ जाती है?
जी सर.
Because gas particles move freely and rapidly. परफ्यूम लगाते हैं पूरे कमरे में स्मेल आ जाती है. Why? Because gas particles move freely and rapidly.
Yes sir. It's called motion, like gas particles move
Dif-
randomly. So it's
diffusions.
like called
This
Brownian movement, yeah.
Brownian movement, or you can see that uh, diffusion.
Okay.
Next is volume. Solid has fixed volume. Liquid also have fixed volume. And here they take the volume of the container. Volume of the container. क्योंकि गैस पार्टिकल्स दूर दूर होते हैं ना, इनका अपना वॉल्यूम नहीं होता, ना होने के बराबर है. Solid has fixed volume. Liquid also fixed volume. But gases do not have fixed volume. Now, compressibility. Compressibility. Yes. Can we compress the solid?
No, sir.
Yes. Can we compress the solid?
No, sir. We can't.
No, we do not. Not compressed. Not compressed. We cannot compress liquid. But we can compress the gas, because you can see that a lot of spaces. You can see that a lot of spaces in it. So compressed. So we compress gas particles. Next is density. बताइए सॉलिड ज्यादा भारी होते हैं लिक्विड और गैस?
Sir, solids.
सॉलिड की डेंसिटी ज्यादा होती है, राइट? सो दे हैव हाई डेंसिटी. They have high density. They have liquid have moderate density. Except अच्छा मरकरी देखिएगा. मरकरी की डेंसिटी निकालें, गूगल करके बताएं व्हाट इज द डेंसिटी ऑफ मरकरी. यस साथ, व्हाट इज द डेंसिटी ऑफ मरकरी?
Mercury, it's 13.5.
13 point. So mercury has a density of 13.5 gram per ml, which is about 13.5 times denser than water. So except mercury has high density.
So only mercury or other things also, other liquids also.
Only mercury. Now you can see that density of water, let's suppose density of water is 1 gram per ml, and density of mercury is 13.5 gram per ml. So mercury has high density. Next point is diffusion. No. Gas particle. बताइए बलून में अगर गैस भरेंगे वो बलून बहुत भारी हो जाता है.
So the density would be lower,
Very low.
very low, because its volume is a lot. So as volume increases, so
Exactly.
density decreases.
Density decreases. Density is
And
equal to
also
mass
it's
upon volume.
And also the gas particles are lighter, yeah.
Lighter particle. Very good. Shabash. Next is diffusion. Next is diffusion. कभी आपने देखा कि आपने कोई अम्मी ने कोई गोल्ड की चूड़ी पहनी हो तो वो उड़ के किसी दूसरे कमरे में आ जाए, या बिरयानी प्लेट में रख के बिरयानी उड़ के कभी दूसरे रूम में आ जाए? ऐसा तो नहीं होता ना.
No.
Diffusion means movement. So movement. Not diffuse. Liquid diffuse, but slowly diffuse. Diffuse, but slowly. Diffusion means एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाना. Spreading of molecule is called diffusion. Diffuse rapidly. Forces between molecules. Forces between molecules. Gases are very close to each other, so they have very strong force of attraction. Gases particles are very close to each other. They have very strong force of attraction. Liquid as weak and they have weakest force of attraction. This is all about the differences between solid, liquid and gas. सनम आप मुझे रिपीट करें क्या मैंने बताया. सनम आप
Yes,
पूरा
sir.
रिपीट करें, पूरा रिपीट करें, पूरा डिफरेंस
Sir,
बिटवीन सॉलिड, लिक्विड, गैस.
the solids have like fixed shape and liquids have like shape of container and gases have no definite shape. And
वेरी गुड.
solids are there tightly packed together while liquids they're close together in an irregular arrangement and gases particles they're far apart and
वेरी गुड.
like solids they vibrate and rotate about their fixed position. Liquid
वेरी गुड.
move around slowly and slide on like on each other, and gases they randomly move randomly everywhere.
वेरी गुड. वेरी
And
गुड.
solids have fixed volume and liquids also have fixed volume, and but gases they do not have fixed volume, they take the volume of the container.
वेरी गुड. वेरी गुड.
And solids they are not compressed and liquids are not compressed, but gases they are compressed because due to the since the particles they are very far apart.
फार अपार्ट. वेरी गुड.
And solids have high density and liquids have moderate density except mercury, and gases have very low density.
वेरी गुड.
And
वेरी
diffusion
गुड.
does not take place in solid, and
सॉलिड.
liquids diffuse slowly and gases diffuse rapidly.
वेरी गुड. वेरी वेरी गुड. नाउ नेक्स्ट टॉपिक इज वेरी गुड. एनी क्वेश्चन भाई, किसी ने कुछ पूछना है? एनी क्वेश्चन? एनी क्वेश्चन?
No, sir.
नेक्स्ट इज चेंज ऑफ स्टेट. चेंज ऑफ स्टेट. change of state. Yes, we have solid. Solid convert into liquid. For example, ice convert into water. Can you name the process? Can you name the process?
Sir, solid to liquid would be melting.
Melting. Very good. So next is melting. Melting. So when you heat the solid, it convert into liquid. This is called melting. So why gas particles convert into a solid particle convert into liquid? Because when you give the heat to the solid, particles gain energy. They vibrate very quickly. The force of attraction between the particle become weak to hold the particle together. So solid melt. Now look at the structure. This is solid. This is ice. When you heat, when you supply heat when you supply heat, molecules vibrate. So they vibrate. Particles gain energy, which is provided in the form of heat. So force of attraction become weak. Force of attraction become weak. So they move further apart. So attraction is finished. This is liquid. बात समझ आई है? बोले बात समझ आई है? When we provide the heat to solid particles move. When we provide the heat, alhamdulillah, solid particles move. They vibrate. They gain energy. Because of the attaining of energy, their force of attraction reduces. Their force of attraction reduce and they move further apart and become liquid. We know that solid particles have less energy, liquid particles have more energy. So energy gain in the form of heat. साथ बात समझ आई है?
Yes, sir.
इसको लिख लेते हैं. Heating a solid its particle gain energy. Its particle gain energy and vibrate quickly and vibrate quickly. The force of attraction between the gas particle, between the particles become weak. Become weak. To hold the particles together. So solid melt. ओ भाई बात समझ आ रही है कि नहीं आ रही है?
आ रही सर. यस सर.
Yes, sir.
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. So मैं रिपीट दोबारा करूंगा. When you provide heat to solid, जब आप हीट देते हैं सॉलिड को, you know that solid particles are fixed in their position. When you provide the heat, so they move rapidly. So their force of attraction is overcome by providing the heat. Now they attain energy and move further apart and become liquid. अब अगर तुम लिक्विड को सॉलिड बनाना चाहते हो तो इसकी एनर्जी छीन लो. तुम इसमें से एनर्जी निकाल लोगे, ये वापस सॉलिड बन जाएगा. कैसे निकालोगे इसके अंदर हीट? फ्रिज में रखोगे, फ्रीजर में रखोगे. फ्रीजर क्या करेगा? इसके अंदर से एनर्जी निकाल लेगा. इसकी एनर्जी निकल जाएगी, वापस सॉलिड आ जाएगा. बोले बात समझ आ रही है?
Yes,
Sir?
sir.
जी जी जी
Sir,
बोले.
so when we keep
बोलो.
the thing when we keep object like in fridge, then is it like an endothermic or exothermic process happening?
Yes, yes. you can convert any liquid again into solid. You just change the temperature. You just lower the temperature, either to keep it in fridge or add any material which absorb heat, right? For example, you can add ice. Ice can absorb the heat. So if you can convert liquid into solid again by taking out the heat. When you provide the heat, solid particles convert into liquid. When you take
So,
off heat again, liquid particle convert into solid.
wait, sir, so liquid to solid is an exothermic process, yeah?
Yes, yes, yes. One process is endo, second process is exo. Now, next topic is boiling. Boiling. Now, when you heat the liquid, let's suppose you have liquid. Convert into gas. Liquid convert into gas. So, for example, you have water. When you heat, convert into steam. So, when you provide heat, this is called boiling. Boiling. Now, same thing for gases or liquid. Now, take this liquid. When you provide heat, they absorb energy. Force of attraction decreases. So they convert into gas. Gas particles. Same theory. Now, heating to a higher temperature. Weakens the force of attraction. And particles lose any order. You know that there is no order in gas particles, right? They randomly move. So they lost any order. इतनी एनर्जी आ गई है वो किसी की सुन ही नहीं रहे. And become completely free. Then liquid turns into a gas. क्या कहा मैंने, दोबारा सुन ले. लिक्विड के पार्टिकल्स थोड़े दूर दूर होते हैं, ऑर्डर में होते हैं थोड़े. Whenever you provide the heat, particles gain energy, they vibrate, they collide with each other, the force of attraction is overcome. Now they are far away from each other. They are far away from each other, so convert into gas. सनम बताइए, do you know what is endothermic, what is exothermic?
I think so. Maybe exothermic reaction is like when heat exits, something like that.
Exactly, exo. Therm means heat. So endo means in, therm means heat. So किसी भी सिस्टम को हीट देना एंडोथर्मिक, किसी भी सिस्टम से हीट लेना एक्सोथर्मिक. चाय चाय गर्म करके बनती है तो इट इज एंडोथर्मिक. आइसक्रीम
Okay.
ठंडा करके बनती है, ठीक है, इट इज एक्सोथर्मिक. तो बताइए ना, मेल्टिंग बॉइलिंग एक्सो है एंडो है?
Melting.
मेल्टिंग एंड बॉइलिंग ये दोनों क्या है? एंडोथर्मिक और एक्सोथर्मिक.
I
हीट
think
एब्जॉर्ब करते हैं, हीट रिलीज करते हैं.
so boiling is endothermic and melting
एंड
is
मेल्टिंग,
exothermic.
मेल्टिंग में भी तो हीट एब्जॉर्ब होता है ना.
Exothermic.
सो बोथ आर एंडोथर्मिक.
So like for example, if we melt a substance, तो फिर कैसे मतलब?
अभी तो आपको बताया ना, ये देखिए, दिस इज सॉलिड. सो पार्टिकल गेन एनर्जी, gain energy means endothermic.
Oh, okay.
They absorb energy,
Okay.
endothermic. So very very important point. Melting and boiling both are endothermic. Endothermic means absorb energy, absorb energy. बोले आपको मेरी बात समझ आ रही है?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
अच्छा जी. अच्छा, what is evaporation? Just what is evaporation? अम्मी ने
Sir,
कपड़े
it's
कपड़े धो के फैलाते हैं ना, तो वो गीले होते हैं, तो क्या हम उससे बॉयल करते हैं?
No.
वो तो पानी एवापोरेट हो जाता है उसमें से. तो इट मींस बॉइलिंग इज डिफरेंट, एवापोरेशन इज डिफरेंट. आप मेरी बात समझ रहे हैं? ओ
Yes.
भाई, कपड़े कपड़े धो के चूल्हे पे थोड़ी रखते हैं टू बॉयल द वाटर है. सो एवापोरेशन इज डिफरेंट, बॉइलिंग इज डिफरेंट. कैन एनीवन एक्सप्लेन व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन बॉइलिंग एंड एवापोरेशन?
Tell me.
Boiling takes place throughout the substance, but evaporation only takes place on the surface.
वेरी गुड,
Sir,
वेरी वेरी
also,
गुड.
sir, boiling happens on a fixed temperature, but
टेम्परेचर.
evaporation can happen like at any temperature between
वाह
melting and
वाह वाह
boiling point.
वाह, जबरदस्त जबरदस्त. ओ भाई, 100 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड इज द बॉइलिंग पॉइंट ऑफ वाटर. So we cannot boil water below 100, but we can evaporate water below the boiling point. Evaporation किसी भी टेम्परेचर पे हो जाएगा, but boiling is always at a fixed temperature. हाँ भाई, समझ आ रही है बात?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So evaporation is different from boiling. The question is very important, right? It differ from boiling. That it takes place more slowly at any temperature. At any temperature. Between the melting and boiling. Between the melting and boiling point. और जैसे एक ने कहा कि ऑन द सरफेस होता है एंड ओनली द मॉलिक्यूल्स ऑफ सरफेस. तो भाई एवापोरेशन को कैसे एक्सप्लेन करेंगे? दिस इज एवापोरेशन. एवापोरेशन. Number one, it is slow process. Any temperature. Any temperature. On the surface molecule. आइए मैं आपको बताता हूं एवापोरेशन क्या होता है. लेट्स सपोज ये आपके कपड़े हैं. ये वेट क्लोथ है. अब ये सनलाइट इस पे पड़ेगी. सनलाइट. सरफेस मॉलिक्यूल. दिस इज सरफेस मॉलिक्यूल. Surface molecule. So they absorb heat. Absorb heat. They gain energy. Gain energy and escape. Gain energy and escape from the surface. बात समझ आ गई है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ये है एवापोरेशन. ये है एवापोरेशन. नेक्स्ट इज सब्लिमेशन. Sublimation. Yes, what is sublimation?
So sublimation is like when a object, when a substance turns, like it changes from solid to gas.
ठीक है. अच्छा अब मुझे ये बताएं सनम, आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
Yes, sir.
सनम कभी बारबेक्यू किया है आपने छत पे?
Yes.
तो जब कोयले को गर्म करते हैं वो लिक्विड बनता है या गैस बन जाता है?
अगर कोयले को गर्म
को,
करते हैं
कोयले को बारबेक्यू में करते हैं, कभी ऐसा लगा कि पानी बन गया हो? बारबेक्यू कर रहे हैं, कोयले को गर्म किया, हमने कहा भाई कोयला मेल्ट हो गया, ऐसा होता है?
I don't know.
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता। हाँ भाई साद, ऐसा होता है?
Yeah, sir. It's for
बारबेक्यू जब
cola.
कोयला मीन्स कोल,
Yeah.
when you provide heat to coal, it convert into gas. As you know that in barbecue, coal never melts. So
Yeah.
this is called sublimation.
Also for sir, like dry, no, like carbon dioxide, no, dry ice.
Any gas, any gas.
Okay.
Now the solid turns directly into a gas. इसका भी वही प्रोसेस होगा। This is solid particle. Solid particle, when you heat, now force of attraction weakens. Force of attraction it decreases. They lose any order. Free to move. Free to move and form gas. And form gas. Now gas is formed. So the same thing, heating a solid to a higher temperature weakens the force of attraction. Weakens the forces of attraction between the particles and lose any order and become free to form a gas. This is called sublimation. आपको मेरी बात समझ आ रही है? Saad, can you
Yes, sir.
repeat? Now, Saad, can you repeat? Melting, boiling, and evaporation and sublimation.
Okay, sir. Sir, like so for melting, it's like a process that happens between like from that a solid changes into a liquid state. It's because the heat is provided, and then the heat it as no as heat is provided, the particles of the substance of the solid get more energy, and the what you see the forces of attraction between the particles become weak. So then they
Very
become
good.
far apart.
Very good. Very good. And what is
Okay, so
boiling?
for boiling, it happens between like when a liquid changes into gas into gaseous state. It's the same thing, but like it's like when you provide more energy to the liquid particles, and then they also like lose force of attraction as you get as the particles gain energy, and so like they change from liquid to gas.
Very good.
And then
Very
for
good. Very good.
evaporation, like it differs because evaporation, like there are many like things due to which evaporation is different from boiling. Like one can be like because it's melt is what when does evaporation happen and when boiling happens. Like boiling happens in a fixed temperature. It happens
Hmm.
like for example water, like it's a boiling point. Like water boils only at 100 degrees, but then
Very good.
it can evaporate between the melting and boiling point. Any temperature between melting and boiling point. And also like
Exactly.
evaporation is like it only happens on the surface, but boiling happens like throughout the liquid.
Very good.
Uh, then yeah, okay. And also sublimation. Like sublimation is like when solid turns into gas, where it's like also like high temperatures are given to weaken the forces of attraction as the particles are gain energy, but then when they like lose any order. So like they basically are free to move, and they like form a gas.
Hmm. Now, look at this diagram. This is gas. Gas. This is solid. Liquid. बताइए, solid to liquid. What is the name of the process?
Melting.
Melting. And liquid to solid?
Freezing.
Freezing. Very good. Now liquid convert into solid, into gas. This is called
Evaporation.
evaporation. And gas convert into liquid. This
Condensation.
process is called condensation. Very good. Now solid convert into gas. Now this process is called
Sublimation.
sublimation. And gas convert into solid. This is called
Deposition.
Deposition.
ठीक है जी, deposition. हम इसको solidification भी कह सकते हैं, right? तो भाई solid to liquid is called melting. 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 And liquid to gas is called evaporation. And gas to solid is called deposition. Similarly, gas convert into liquid, condensation, liquid convert into solid, freezing, solid convert into gas, sublimation. Sublimation. We have discussed melting. Now, what is freezing? Yes, what is freezing?
Sir, freezing is the change of state from liquid to solid state.
Hmm. Exactly. Freezing. It is a change of liquid, change of a liquid into a solid, when temperature is decreased. Is decreased. The temperature, जिस टेम्परेचर पे होता है उसे फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट कहते हैं. The temperature at which it occurs is known as freezing point. बोले बात समझ आ गई है?
Yes, sir.
बोले बात समझ आ गई है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now
Yes.
freezing हो गया. Now condensation. Condensation. Yes, what is condensation?
Change of state from gas to liquid.
Okay. Yes, anyone? What is condensation?
Condensation is the process in which a gas turns into a liquid by cooling.
Yes. Gas convert into liquid. Very good. So condensation, it is the change of state. It is the change of a gas into a liquid. Into a liquid. It occurs when water vapor in the air changes into liquid. ड्यू पड़ती है ना, ड्यू पड़ती है लिक्विड वाटर, इसे कहते हैं कंडेंसेशन. When it comes in contact with a cooler surface. अच्छा, एक बात सुनिए जरा गौर से. कभी आपने नोट करें कि एक घर में बर्तन है, ये रहा, सही है, इसको मम्मा ने हीट किया, अब इसके अंदर है लिक्विड पार्टिकल्स। यहाँ पे लगाए ढक्कन, लिड, ये लिड है। बताइए ये गैस पार्टिकल से टकरा के यहाँ पे लिक्विड फॉर्म में नहीं आते हैं? उन्हें ऐसा कभी देखा आपने?
Yes, sir.
दिस इज कॉल्ड
Yeah.
कंडेंसेशन। ये गैस बना, ये ठंडा है, कूलर सरफेस, तो वो लिक्विड वेपर बन जाता है, कंडेंस हो जाता है। बोले बात समझ आ रही कि नहीं आ रही है?
How do you?
Yes.
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। दिस इज कंडेंसेशन, मेल्टिंग, फ्रीजिंग, डेपोजिशन। यस, व्हाट इज डेपोजिशन?
Change of state from gas to solid.
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड। सो डेपोजिशन इज change of state, change of state it is the change of a solid or gas?
Sir, from gas to solid.
Into a solid.
Sir, isn't deposition solidification?
Solidification is gas to, now look at here, another name is solidification. Yes, another name is solidification. बोले आपको मेरी बात समझ आ रही है?
Yes, sir.
बताइए डिपोजिशन क्यों होती है?
So, sir, like for example, we said for sublimation, the gas, the solid particles, they lose the force of attraction too quickly, right? In this one, we can say they gain it too fast.
So deposition is the reverse process of sublimation. Okay. Now next is heating curve. Next topic is heating curve. Heating curve. Look at the graph. On y-axis, you have temperature. degree centigrade, and on x-axis we have time in second. Initially, we have solid, then temperature constant, this is melting, then again it rises up, again constant, then again rises up. This point is called melting point. This is called melting point. This is called boiling point. Here we have solid. This is solid. This is liquid. This is gas. Here we have solid plus liquid. इधर क्या होगा? Liquid plus gas. This is called heating curve. When you increase the temperature, increasing temperature, that's why it is called heating curve. Increasing temperature, that's why it is called heating curve. Do you have any question?
No, sir.
Yes. Do you have any question?
No,
So,
sir.
sir,
सना मेरी बात सुनेंगे सब. ये मैंने बिल्कुल स्टार्ट से अब स्टार्ट किया है, ठीक है? चैप्टर वाइज स्टार्ट किया है. तो अब एक चैप्टर खत्म करेंगे, फिर इसके पास पेपर, फिर चैप्टर खत्म करेंगे, उसके पास पेपर, फिर चैप्टर खत्म करेंगे, उसके पास पेपर. ठीक है?
Okay.
इससे एग्जाम की प्रिपरेशन भी हो जाएगी और तैयारी भी हो जाएगी. इसी चैप्टर को खत्म करेंगे पहले पूरा, फिर इसके पास पेपर. अगर आपको इसके नोट्स चाहिए होंगे, ये पीडीएफ बना के मैं भेज भी दूंगा आपको.
Okay.
ठीक है? अच्छा, और कुछ पूछ रहे हैं?